Thousands of Singaporeans across the island will take the pledge on National Day, just as these people have at the National Day Parade preview. The magic pledge moment, 8:22 p.m. NDP organisers hope the rally to get Singaporeans here and overseas to be united in one stand will be a moving one for all.
We wanted Singaporeans to also spend the day to think about what it means to be Singaporean. And that was where we adopted the idea of using the pledge as an anchoring thought, because it's something that we say, it's something that we pledge. In a sense, it's a bit like an oath, a pledge, a vision statement about who we are and what we are. And it's something we say in school every day, but I'm not sure how many of us remember the words, or we do actually think about what those words mean. So that's where the pledge idea came in, largely to elicit reflection. Now, how that evolved to become the pledge moment, it's kind of interesting. I think we started off realizing that let's use a pledge to anchor the show itself. So every act is anchored by extracts from the pledge. So in a way, deconstruct it. And then we know that at the end of every NDP, you'll take the pledge and sing the anthem. So in a way, it all comes together at the end. We did have an idea about, okay, so the pledge moment now takes on a significance because you've been anchoring it on the pledge idea. And at that stage, very early on, say maybe about last year this time, it was a very loose idea that, okay, we should get people to do it, but we didn't discuss, I think, in a very big fashion.
Let's say our pledge loud, clear, and proud.
And really over the course of the many months, I think this idea started growing and we realized that, wow, we also use the pledge to anchor a lot of reflections in terms of the outreach. Because actually most people won't be here. So how do you get other Singaporeans to feel that they're involved in the process? So the pledge moment began to take shape, and I think as we started floating the idea to partners, we thought, hey, why don't we get our sponsors, some of our partners like KFC and all that on board, where they can also participate. And I think what's the most heartwarming thing where you find really, it's very much a ground-up initiative. In a sense, the pledge moment really belongs to the community because of the response that they gave us. They're all very enthusiastic. We spoke to Carrefour, IKEA, and they said, we don't just want to do this, let's do something more. And then it really exponentially grew. I think because people like the idea, and in a sense, it's really perhaps a national day where, if you want to, every single Singaporean can actually take part.
Was there an inspiration behind the pledge moment, a catalyst for you to go, yes, we should do the pledge moment?
The pledge has always been a highlight. I think towards the end of every NDP, you have the National Day songs and the fireworks, and then you have the pledge taking and the anthem, and that has always been a very moving segment of every NDP. And I think really it's about, when we started off with the idea of reflection and using the pledge, I think that really grew. So I wouldn't say it's really one specific point which motivated this, but it's really how it started evolving. And I think this really belongs to the people because it is something where it was really the response of the community to the idea itself that actually gave us a lot of encouragement to really pursue it. And I think what is really exciting is so many people are coming on board now. And so I think it'd be quite a fantastic moment.
Did you expect this kind of response, which is really overwhelming?
We had a lot of different ideas. Sometimes we have time as we're evolving other things. We didn't put in a lot of effort to then articulate it out in detail. But as it evolves, I think if you asked me a year ago that it would be like that, I don't think I would have painted the same picture. So it is something that I would say it is not something hatched by the committee, but it is something that really we built together with all Singaporeans. I think that's something we should be proud of.
More than 700 organisations have come forward to join in the pledge moment. But saying the pledge is one thing, meaning what you say is another. In the next segment, find out what does the pledge mean to the NDP Exco chairman.